here's how. Let's do it like this. Like, first, like, I give my intro, you give your intro. That sounds so boring, anyways.
What is there to give an intro? You are a YouTuber.
Here's how. Let's do it. Let's do it from the beginning. I'm Ishan Lalit.
I'm Ritu Lalit.
And we're not related.
Ha ha.
No, we're not related. It's better for the show if we're not related. We are fiction. Let's do it fiction.
Oh, let's do it the filmy style. I mean, I disown you.
Whatever, man. We're fiction. Let's keep up fiction. All right. So, what are we gonna call this?
We can't call it Man Ki Baat or Chai Pe Charcha or something like that. So.
Oh, you said Man Ki Baat. I heard Man Ki Baat. Man Ki Baat podcast.
That has possibilities.
For a different genre.
Yes.
But what are we gonna call this one? Let's Bookbusters.
Oh, please.
Bookworms.
Already taken.
Yeah, bookworms taken. Bookworms should be taken.
Bookworms, book chums, all that is taken. So let's talk about books.
Hardcover.
Hardcover?
It's something to do with books. It's a hardcover book.
With Audible around?
I have to get no, forget that. Before, what do we get? Hopefully
Book chat.
Here's how we're going to follow this. We're going to preview a book. We're going to think about what we expect from a book. And then we're going to come back, review it. Okay, but first we're going to preview it. Then we're going to review it. So the listeners have a complete idea of what we expect from the book and what we eventually got and how we rate it, rather than just coming up with a review. That sounds good?
Sounds good.
It keeps the listeners also interactive. Okay,
yeah, the latest in town is The Cursed Child.
But what are you reading right now? You've not started Cursed Child. What are you reading right now?
No, actually what happened was last month I finished The Martian.
Okay.
And that was such an emotional book.
Emotional roller coaster, yes.
So, I mean, I gave myself a break.
Okay. Yeah, Martian is a good book. It's an emotional roller coaster. You just got to reading it now?
Yes, I did.
I picked it up quite earlier, before it even was a movie.
No, I actually picked it up because it became a movie.
Oh. I think the movie didn't do it justice.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, because the book is funnier. The book is better.
The book, actually what happens, what I like about reading books rather than seeing the movie is the empathy for the character, the lead character or whichever person is so complete. I like the emotional connect.
Agreed. A book is more detailed, obviously, so there is that. Plus, you're not on a timeline. You're not on you just got to fill up. You just can fill up 2.5 hours. Above that, you're in no land.
Yeah.
So a book and read 2.5 hours of a book, and it obviously gives you much more, even the detailing, because the book is about 18 hours. What is Martian? How many pages is it?
I don't know. I
Okay,
listened to it on Audible.
Yeah, books on tape. So, now let's come to The Cursed Child. It's not on Audible or books on tape or anything.
No, because it's actually a play.
Yes.
And I mean, I went through the details, and it's not even written by J.K. Rowling.
It is written by J.K. Rowling.
She has just given a storyline It's been done by two people, and she has approved it.
But
It's
that's
like fanfic.
No, I think it's more like playwright. Shouldn't it be more like playwright? Playwriters wrote it as a play, but J.K. Rowling was the initial person who wrote it, right?
The property is hers. The concept is her. The storyline is hers, but she did not write it.
Okay, that makes it really interesting.
I don't know whether they managed to pull it off, because what actually we did with the Potter series is we started with 8 to 10-year-old kids, and they grew up with us. So, I mean, topping that is very difficult.
I just hope, I just hope they have a better curse for Harry Potter than Expelliarmus. That was like ridiculous. And don't you think there is a fatigue of Harry Potter? Because we've gone through 7 books, 8 movies, and now we're at that place where only the diehard fans are into it. Because this movie which is coming out or has come out, that Fantastic Beasts something, the Harry Potter.
I did not see it.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to watch it. There is
But Fantastic Beasts did not have any of our characters. See, the thing is, everyone wants to know what Harry grew up to be. Everyone wants to know what Hermione is doing and all that. So the empathy is there. And that absolutely adorable character called Luna Lovegood, I really want to know what she's doing.
Yeah, but you into this, right? For me, I want to read it. Okay, let's face it. I want to read it. I want to read it because I think J.K. Rowling is one of the best writers.
Yes, she is.
Currently, she is one of the best writers. Especially with her Cormoran Strike series, we know she can do adult-themed books really, really well. And she keeps me hooked on. And I want to see how she brings that adult side to Harry Potter.
It is not about Harry Potter, the book. The book is about his middle son.
Oh boy.
And the middle son is a teenager.
So we're going back to the children's thing. Where things are not that serious.
No. It's teenage angst, rebellion. He is best friends with Draco Malfoy's son.
Okay.
So it's rebellion. I hope it goes dark, because
haven't we hoped for that from every Harry Potter book? I hope it gets dark. I hope it gets dark. Yet the Santa Claus, Dumbledore, comes around and gives you a bloody pendant.
But then Dumbledore's dead.
Yeah, but now you have Harry Potter who's Santa Claus, right?
I don't know. After I read the details and I read a couple of reviews, I was in two minds, because one thing, it's not a book. And we are book fans. It's a play. In a play, the empathy for the characters does not come through. It's a 2-act play. It's a book you'll finish in 3 hours.
I see.
And I am a bookworm. I like to read series.
But again, if it's so small, does it, it's 600 rupees, right? Something around 600 rupees, 595.
Yeah, it is.
Does it, is it worth it?
Kindle.
Okay, Kindle would be somewhere around what, $10? That's going to be...
I don't know the prices as yet.
I think it's Kindle edition, which I checked out, is $595.
Kindle's $595.
Check it out. I don't know. It is expensive. Is it worth it? Is it worth it for something which you're going to finish in about 2 hours? Because you're talking about book fans.
Any other book? No. Harry Potter? Well.
All right. So you were reading Martian. You know what I was reading? I missed this point. I was reading... I'm beginning to read Ryan Holiday's Trust Me, I'm Lying. Okay? And it's about media manipulation, and I think there's a lot of things similar because he manipulated media in the US, and I see the same things happening in India, so I'm really into that. But now, since you said that it's 2 hours, so after reading this, when you're going to review the book, because I'm not going to review this book. I'm not. I've got a Harry Potter fatigue. And plus, it's not available on Audible, so I'm not into it. Because I don't have time to actually sit down and read something. I would rather drive and read. So, and now after this, The Cursed Child, what are you going to go on?
Actually, I've got that book on Audible, The Wrath of the Guild.
Yeah, I've got that too. Okay, for people who don't know, we're talking about Pillars of Reality by Jack Campbell. Okay, this is a series of books, five books, right? And
This is the 5th book, I think.
Now 5 books. So it is set in a different planet where...
Yeah, it's a dystopian fantasy.
It's a different planet altogether.
So you can call it a fantasy. Not
Yeah,
a
it's a
dystopian.
fantasy. It's a science fiction fantasy with a steampunk theme to it, where you have gun-toting mechanics and magic-wielding mages, and it's really good. It's really, really good, but it's not available on print. Do you know that?
It's not available on print.
No, it's an Audible exclusive. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I love the series.
Yeah, it's an amazing series. So, give our fans something they can look forward to, which they can actually pick up and read. What have you been reading? Except for The Martian.
Except for The Martian. I'm a series fan, so I pick up series and I read them.
Mm-hmm.
Or I listen to them, actually. Now that my eyesight is not so good.
You know what? Funny thing. Let me just pick up my phone. I've been reading this book. I just bought these books from Amazon. They're pretty nice books. Again, in fantasy, they're completely fantasy books. It's called the Corwin Cycle. It's a 5-book series. It's Corwin's Cycle. Wait, let me just give you the name of the author. Roger Zelazny. Roger Zelazny's Corwin Cycle. It starts with this guy who's lost his memory. Turns out to be, he's a god. It's amazing.
And he keeps going in and out of planets and all that kind of
Yes,
thing.
exactly.
I have read this about 2-3 years back.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I found that they were I've done with 3 of these books. I find that all right, fine. He wants to leave you at a cliffhanger and everything, but these books are small for what.
Yeah, they are small.
If you read the whole thing, like the Corwin Cycle, it's a 5-part series. They're finally good enough. Like, I find like that would make a great book, but they're small. It's like I picked up 3 books and now I'm like, I've got to pick up the 4th and 5th, and I'm like, oh God.
I read them all, and after that I was like, next. I mean, it's not
fun.
Something that moves you.
It's fun while it's going.
Yeah, because I think I would describe it as a very Dan Brownish thing. While it's going, you have a set timeline, action after action after action, and there is no respite from the action, and then suddenly, bam, it's finished. You're waiting for the next. Like Dan Brown did it for, he's an expert at doing that,
Yes.
He wants every book to be 3 days or 4 days. And in 4 days, he's going to pack as much action as you can. 4 continents.
And architecture. Action and architecture.
And myths.
Yeah. And weird myths. So, I would rate, like, the first 3 books, I would rate it at 4, out of 5 stars. 4, 3, 3.
And then there was one that you gave to me, that
First, let's we're going off topic. What would you rate Martian art?
I would give it 10 out of 10. I loved it so much.
Really?
I loved it. I really loved the book.
I like the book, but I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5. I gave it 3.5 to 4 out of 5.
No, but then,
I think there was just too much science junk in it to keep...
Oh, it was awesome. The science junk was awesome. I mean...
Plus, in somewhere they lost me, like where the Chinese come in, where they kind of lost me. Like, no, NASA doesn't do that. Where is the International Space Station? Where are we going with this?
That's the difference, Even when I write a book for the characters. Okay?
But this is a guy who actually works at NASA.
That's okay. So all that is extraneous. It is just building the body of the book. For me, it was this guy. And I was totally focused onto him. And for me, the empathy was total. For a person who reads so many books, the total empathy is something which does not get evoked easily.
But, like Andy Weir, when, like they say that when he wrote this book and put it on Kindle, when it got rejected, put it on Amazon as Kindle thing, he put it at 75 cents or something. Okay, he was selling it for that, but he kept it like, this is as real. There was that theme that this is as real as it gets. Okay, but everything works out just the way it has to. I find it, there are so many things go wrong. There are so many things go wrong. First he gets left behind, then he gets, then he's growing potatoes.
Yeah.
Then there is a storm.
Then he died. Then he wants drinking water, and then those molecules get all too complex, and he spends a day out in the shuttle. Oh wow! I mean, the detailing was so amazing.
Yes, it was very, very entertaining. It was very good, but can you believe?
Well, I don't think anybody can get left out by NASA in space on Mars. Anyways, so that willful that thing, what do you call, willing suspension of disbelief. It has to be there.
Agreed.
I mean, you don't think that little kids can wave wooden sticks and create magic.
No, but it is. But if you're going to be scientifically right, make a fiction around scientifically right, we've seen it done well. Jack Campbell does it really well.
Yeah, he does.
Even his other series, he does it really well. But I give it. Andy Weir's first book, masterpiece. Yeah.
Yes.
But
yes.
I will never give it 10 out of 10. I wouldn't do it.
Ooh. The way he had me rooting for the character, oh boy, that was amazing.
And Matt Damon did a pretty decent job in the end.
Yes.
I didn't know that it was a funny thing. My wife puts up the Martian, the movie, and I've read The Martian about a year and a half back, and I don't know, it's this book into movie. And I go like, I'm watching this, and I go like, I know this story. And then I understand it's the book. And I go like, well, Matt Damon is doing a pretty decent job, but it's not translating.
Exactly. Book to movie translations many times don't work.
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
I remember the third Harry Potter.
And
I
would
came
give-
back angry.
I would give 2.5 stars for the movie. I would give 4 stars for the book.
4.5.
No. At the max, 4. I come up from 3.5 to 4. All right, so that's it. Anything to add?
I'll come back after the.
We're going to do a wind-up podcast for the Cursed Child.
Yes, we will do it.
We'll review it. You'll review that. I'll most probably review Ryan Holiday's book. Trust me, I'm lying. Okay, and let's continue this discussion then. You're at where they can follow you at Ritu Lalit. They can follow me at Ishan Lalit. And remember, people, we're not related.